Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
To Devin Funchess.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Aaron Jones, the ball.
For the Packers and Niners, this, of course, a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago. And that game belonged to the 49ers. You might remember Raheem Mostert. Boy, he really made a name for himself in that one. 220 yards on the ground, 4 touchdown runs in the 37-20 victory that sent the 49ers to Miami. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Scott on the punt for the Packers.
On 4th down, here's Green Bay's third-year punter, J.K. Scott. Back deep, Deontay Harris. This is taken at the 15. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
The ball carrier.
The Packer fans, and not to mention members of this defense, likely hoping to forget what Mostert did to Green Bay in the NFC title game last year. 29 carries, 220 yards, and an NFL postseason record-tying 4 touchdown runs. On 2nd down, Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 42-yard line.
2nd and 10.
21.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
The 23-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Packers' 25-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He
hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Mike 42, Mike 42. That QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 42, Mike 42. Pick me up. Here we go.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
37-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44, Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Complete.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Gain of 19 yards.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The ball carrier.
The tackle there by Richard Sherman. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Down and 8.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Intended for number 86. Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was second in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
He's coming. We got big.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
Third and goal.
Here we go. Hey! I hope you brought your lips because I'm about to take you through.
They'll look to run with Moss. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Zach Moss, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. But now it's third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He'll let it fly for Austin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
You ain't doing nothing. You 11. Hey, turn it up. Slam.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this carries into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Stop made by Fred Warner, who was the Niners' leading tackler during their run to the Super Bowl last year.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The handoff to Aaron Jones.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now the all-time leading rusher at Boston College, it's A.J. Dillon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of 2 yards on the play.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay.
For the Packers.
Harris now to return. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
They hand it off to Mostert. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First down.
Rodgers now on first down. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Slant to Adams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Packers 8.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The ball carrier.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Ball carrier.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
2 times. 11. Tighten up.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
58, right over there.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
No gain on
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
58, boy, 58, right. Give me that.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
3 yards. Brings up 4th and goal.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football. And I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Niners, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jack.
That's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit, a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had two necks. I got homies that can sleep without two.